is Hits 106 NASA.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's time for Your Lane with Coach Trish Hanna.
Yeah, it's time to empower, educate, and encourage your women to motivate you through whatever you've been going through. We can talk about it. We ain't passing no judgment. Don't be ashamed. It's all the same. Stay in your lane. Your lane. It's whatever your real life looks like. Stay in your lane. Come on to talk and don't be ashamed. Your lane. Let's have a conversation on what we face every day. Tune into your lane talk show. It makes us feel good just to know we're not alone. No more will we feel isolated and cast aside. I want you to come out the dark. Just don't be afraid of your heart. So don't be ashamed. It's all the same. Stay in your lane. Your lane. It's whatever your real life looks like. Stay in your lane. Come out the dark and don't be ashamed.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Your Lane Talk Show with Coach Trish Hanna. Happy Sunday. I hope that you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'm hoping that you are completely enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning into Your Lane Talk Show. Listen, before I even begin, I need you to share the page for me, share the Facebook link page, text a friend, tell them that Your Lane Talk Show is on. You know how we go. Your Lane Talk Show was created to empower, educate, and encourage women of all ages. And this entire month, we'll be focusing on self-development. Today, we want to encourage those listening to go back to that dream you left hanging. You know that one. Listen, remember that same time, that era when you were on fire about writing that book, about launching your business, about applying for college, and then along the way, something happened. Something extinguished that fire. You may have placed your dreams on the side because of discouragement, because of fear, being overwhelmed, procrastination, lack of support. I don't know. You know. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about that time. All right. Now, because we have with us in studio a life coach, and not just any life coach, a success and leadership life coach. In fact, they call her the queen of empowerment, that will give us steps, hints, tips, and whatever tools that whatever it is that she coming with, just to help us. All right. She came with a lighter, y'all, a lighter to light up and reignite the fire that once burned within us, and to teach us how to set goals so that we can accomplish our dreams. Get your dream book, the book where you record your goals now, not the other dream book, and your ideas, wherever your dream, you should have, well, everyone hopefully should have a book where you record your goals and ideas. And I'm sure she's going to talk about that as well. And get a pen. And while you're at it, like I said, again, please share the page, because somebody on your page needs to hear what's about to take place today. All right. Someone needs to be encouraged. Someone needs to be motivated. Share the page, share the link. Let's get those persons motivated. Your Lane, episode 19, Reigniting the Dreams That Died, is brought to you by Airborne Freight and Cargo Services, John Shoe Store and Accessories, and Family Medicine Center. My predictions of emotions today for this episode are 94% serious aha moments, only be gone 1% down today. 5% laughter and 1% teardrops. But let me tell you why I have the 1% teardrops. They are joyful tears, because someone that is listening will have the help or get the help that they need today. Help is here, y'all. Help is here. Listen, it doesn't really matter how advanced you are in your career. I want you to know that everyone needs someone. Once in a while, you still need motivation. You need that push. You need that encouragement. Every coach needs a coach. Motivational speakers need motivational speakers. They listen to motivational speakers, and when they can't get what they need, they go and listen to the recordings that they did while they were trying to encourage and motivate you. All right, this is needed for all of us. All right. You can view us on Facebook on Your Lane Life Coaching's page or Star 106 FM's page, or you can listen to us on channel 976 on cable. You can view the past shows on YouTube. Just look up Coach Trish Hannah. From there, you will view all of our rebroadcasts from the very first show we've had to the one that we had last week, Sunday, which was very, 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 very encouraging. I'm inviting my listeners, my audience, to feel free to call in at any time throughout the show. And the number to call is 328-8164. That's 328-8164. So if you have any questions or you have anything that you want to share or add with us today, feel free to do so. And you want to write that number down because we do have some giveaways for you as well. Now let's move on. Let's move on. Before we even get her to speak, I want you to know a little bit about her. Dr. Melissa A. Hall, aka the Queen of Empowerment, is an international, multifaceted kingdom influencer with a background in law, business, government, finance, media, church, and family. She is a certified success and leadership coach, trainer, and speaker with the world-class brands of John Maxwell and Jack Canfield. Through her prophetic coaching, spirited speaking, and transformational training, she has impacted the lives of hundreds of women throughout the world with her International Women in Leadership online training and conferences. Dr. Melissa is an attorney, certified financial planner, and an image and etiquette consultant. She is passionate about helping progressive women leaders succeed in marriage, ministry, and in the marketplace. She is the CEO of Global Empowerment Services, founder of the newly launched Business Money Women Leadership Success and Lifestyle Club. I want you to talk a little bit about that later. And is a best-selling author of her book, Declare Your Dreams, a guide to commanding the life you want. She is married to Minister Cedric Hall. Hello, Minister Hall. I know you're tuning in. With 3 children, CJ, Nathan, and Justice. Welcome, Dr. Melissa. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
It's a happy soul empowerment Sunday. Yeah.
Dr. Melissa. So our topic today is reigniting the dreams that died.
Yes.
Our dreams, of course, are goals, aspirations, things that we see ourselves doing or wanting to accomplish.
Yes.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, why are dreams so significant?
Oh, wow. Dreams are significant because, well, first of all, let me just, before I answer that question,
Go ahead.
congratulate you on stepping out and doing this. This must be a part of your dreams. It takes a lot to do this. I want to just say, hey, congratulations. I love
Thank
to
you.
see, women walking in purpose and doing the things that they love to do. And of course, to the listening audience, it's certainly a pleasure to be on with you this evening. So why are dreams so significant? Because I believe dreams are the catalyst that drives you to your success. If you have a dream on the inside of you, if you have something that you want to do, a goal, whatever, it is significant because it is the thing that's going to keep you planning. It's going to keep you praying. It's going to keep you thinking about it. It's going to keep you trying to find ways to be creative, innovative. So it has, dreams are multifaceted. Let me put it like this, because it can do so many things to really get you from where you are to where you really want to be. So, just in a nutshell, dreams are significant because they are the transport to the destination of where you desire to be as an individual.
Absolutely. So can you tell us then, what is the difference between your dreams and purpose?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So there are 2 different distinct differences. Well, your dream is, and sometimes people use this expression, they say, well, dreams and goals are synonymous. They say dreams are goals with deadlines, right? Your purpose, however, is the reason why you exist, the reason why you were born. It's the problem that you were meant to solve. And so there's a difference between it. So you can have a dream to achieve or accomplish something,
Mhm.
but you could have a purpose that's quite different from the
Mhm.
dream that you have.
Mm, mm, mm. Why then is setting goals so significant?
Okay. Well, setting goals are significant again because they help you to be focused. And the thing about setting goals, one of the things I want to say, because a lot of times I think people um, they feel frustrated because of the type of goal that they set. Like,
Mhm.
setting a goal, you have to be, there's an acronym. They say you
Mhm.
should be SMART. I think it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's an easy acronym that people use. And a lot of times people set goals,
Mhm.
but they do not follow that particular format. And what happens, it seems as if it's difficult to achieve
Mhm. Mhm.
because of the way that they set the goal.
Mhm.
And it's important for us to understand that there are patterns, there are trends, there's a particular way that you are to write your goal.
Mhm.
And so people get frustrated on the journey to achieving the goal for a couple of
Reason.
reasons, because of the way that they describe the goal.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that you can't, some things can't happen. So if I say, I set a goal, I want to be a millionaire by tomorrow,
Mhm.
is that realistic?
No.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, right? Because we serve a big God.
Uh-huh.
Like, he may connect me with somebody overnight.
Right.
But through the course of time and through process, we realize that, that type of goal takes a lot of work. I need to be very specific about how am I going to reach that $1 million,
Right.
the time frame that's involved, what am I going to do to measure my progress in reaching that goal.
Right.
And I have to make sure that this goal is something that is attainable
Attainable.
based on where I'm at right now in my
Right.
life. I'm not saying that you can't have it, but you have to really, really, and this is the reason why people are frustrated. And I know about that. Until I understood how to set goals, I understood the reasons behind setting goals.
Mhm.
It's the goals help you to keep focused, they help you to keep on track, they help you to have to be inspired.
Mhm.
They help to encourage you, because if you have a goal, you know there's something that you're looking forward to. And so a lot of times people are frustrated because of the way that they set the goal,
Mhm.
and they're also frustrated because of the fact that the goal may not be realistic for where
Mhm.
you are right now.
Mhm.
And I'm just being practical. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a spiritual person, but I believe that practicality determines your spirituality. It's how
Absolutely.
practical you are. It's the things that you're doing, how you go about the things that you want to achieve in life, that's going to determine your spirituality.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So, so we understand that the reasons why goals are set,
Mhm.
we want to say if we want it to be focused and all
Mhm.
these other things that you stated, right?
Mhm.
And so in order for persons, people believe that setting goals or what their dreams are, what they want to do, once they achieve them, that means that they're successful.
Mm.
All right. So I want you, before we even elaborate on that, to define success. What does success mean to you?
Wow. Well, for me, success is fulfillment of purpose.
Right.
Okay. Now, I believe that everybody has a different definition of success.
Mhm.
For me, it's fulfillment of purpose. For
Mhm.
somebody else, success could mean, having a good marriage and children, and that could be success.
Mhm.
And so, everybody, to me, in their opinion, has a way to define what success means to
For
them.
them. Mhm.
For me, I believe if you are living a life of purpose, if you are fulfilling purpose, then you are successful. That's my definition.
Mhm.
Everybody has to define what success means to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are some steps for someone who has never written down their goals? That's
Mhm.
something that I want to do. So how can someone who has something internally
Mhm.
bubbling up in them
Right.
but don't know how to put it out on paper,
Mhm.
to write down, okay, this is step number one, step number two, step number three. How can we help them with attaining, or well, not attaining, but helping them first of all with knowing how to write the goals down?
Right. So, well, for somebody that's setting a goal for the very first time, right? I mean, the easiest thing for you to do is to write down what it is that you want, right?
Mhm.
But I think that it's important that even as you write, and the Bible talks about the fact that write the vision,
Vision.
make it plain,
Mhm.
right? You have to, when you write it, you have to make it plain. And what do I mean by make it plain? So I write down this goal that I want to, and I always talk about this goal. I want to lose weight, right?
Mhm.
I want to lose weight, but I haven't said, well, how much weight I
Right.
want to lose.
Right.
I have not said in what time frame
Yeah.
I'm going to lose the weight.
Yeah.
I haven't said what steps I'm going to take to lose the weight.
Mhm.
I just say I want to lose weight.
Mhm.
So when you write down these general goals,
Right.
what's going to happen? You're not really going to get any results because you
Right.
just say, I want to lose weight.
Right.
But when you write down, for somebody who's writing down, I want to challenge you. First of all, yeah, write it down. That's the first step.
Mhm.
Taking it out of your head or taking it out of your heart and putting it on paper. That is definitely the first step.
Mhm.
Now, as you have written that particular goal, what you need to do is, and I think it's important for you to meditate on what it is that you are trying to achieve in
Mhm.
that goal.
Mhm.
And with the meditation, okay, it's going to happen. When I say meditate, I'm think about it. Like think about it. Like take a moment, because a lot of times, in the past, I used to just write down these goals, right?
Mhm.
But you don't really take a moment and sit down and think about, well, why do I want to achieve this goal?
Mhm.
The why, the when, the what, the how. Where do I need to go, or what steps I need to take.
Mhm.
And so you have to meditate on what it is that you have sat down and written as it relates to the goal. And now the more you meditate about it, the more you think about that particular goal, what's going to happen is your mind is you're going to start thinking about all the different ways. There's something that's called visualization.
Mhm.
There's people talk about the law of attraction. What you focus on, it expands. And then people talk about, even with visualization, when you're looking at something for a long time, your brain starts to get to go to work.
Mhm.
Your brain starts to work to try to figure out how to make it happen. So you just can't write down what it is that you want. You now have to begin to think about it. You need to meditate upon it. And then you need to start writing it in a more simpler form,
Right.
a more easy form, and begin to set your timelines for it. Begin to set your strategy. What is your strategy
Mhm.
for achieving your goal? Who's going to be in your support system to help you
Ah.
achieve that goal? So you need a system to achieve the goal. You need a strategy to achieve it. And you also need support to achieve the goal. So for me, losing weight, and I use this example,
Mhm.
losing weight, what's going to be the system that I use to lose weight? So I'm thinking, I said, I want to lose the weight,
Mhm.
but I haven't said how much weight I want to lose.
Right.
So I have to be very specific. Let's see, first S, very specific. Okay. So I want to lose 100 pounds. Okay. But is that specific enough?
Mhm.
No, I'm talking about meditating and thinking about it, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So, nah, I think I could be more specific. I want to lose 100 pounds.
Mhm.
That's good. But in what time frame do I want to lose that 100 pounds? Well, I start to think about that. Maybe it'll take me 6 months, maybe it'll take me a year, 12 months, depending on what I'm doing and what I'm using. Because y'all know in this day and age, my God, you could use all kind of
And
things,
it still don't work. I know.
right?
Mhm.
And so I have to be more specific. I start diving into this a lot more. And I say, okay, well, I'm gonna set this goal to lose the weight by what was, let's say, a year from now.
Mhm.
It's what, today is September 4th. Yeah, it's
Yes.
September 4th.
Yes. Yes.
So September 4th, 2023. Okay, so I have a date in mind. I'm very specific. I already know how much weight I want to lose, 100 pounds.
Mhm.
I also know the time frame
Mhm.
of which I want to lose the weight. Specific, yes, I said next year, in a year's time.
Mhm.
Is that realistic?
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
think it is.
realistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then I now begin to dig further. So if I say I want to lose this by next year, that gives me 12 months. So now what's going to be the strategy that I put in place
Mhm.
to achieve this? So I start thinking about, okay, it means that I need to change certain things.
Mhm.
My strategy is going to be what? I'm going to change what I'm eating. Maybe I cut out certain carbs, or I eat certain calories a day. I'm very strategic. That's one of the strategies. Another strategy would be, um, I need to start exercising, right? I need to put together an exercise regimen. So I'm going deeper because I'm trying to lose this weight by in a year's time. So I put together my plan of action. My plan of action, which is my strategy, is to change what I'm eating. Now I start to dig deeper. See, with goal setting, it takes a lot of time. But if you put together and you put in the time and you invest the time, you will definitely get the return. So now here it is. I start thinking about, okay, if it's going to take me a year, okay, I need to exercise. Where am I going to exercise? Am I going to exercise at home? Am I going to get a coach to exercise with? How often am I going to exercise to lose weight? How many times a week? As I said, how often? Then I'm going to look at if it's 100, because I need to be able to measure this. If I'm trying to lose 100 pounds within the year time, then I'm going to look at 12 months. I'm helping somebody today.
Go
I'm going
ahead.
to look at 12 months. And I'm going to say, how much can I lose in each month? What would be my plan to lose each month? So I'd look at the 12 months. Well, I know if I try to lose 10 pounds every month, that would take me into almost a year. But no, 10 pounds may be a lot for me to lose a month. So I'm going to take it down to maybe about 8 pounds or so, which is going to take me to 96 pounds. So if I set a goal, so now I have to set a goal within a goal, okay? Because I'm going to say, okay, it's going to take me 12 months. I need to get off 100. So I need to lose anywhere between 8 and 8.5 pounds to reach my 100 pounds weight loss goal. 8 pounds. What can I do? What steps I'm going to do to lose that 8 pounds? And then I go on. What's going to be my system that I'm going to put in place to do that? Do I have a goal tracker? Do I have some type of the system I'm going to use? Do I have what's the thing, the pedometer? So when I go walking, that is going to count my calories. What is the system I'm going to use? Is it a particular type of food that I need to be eating? Am I going to eat this for lunch, eat this for dinner? I start diving deeper and deeper. And then, of course, and I know that, you're getting the point, because I'm really breaking it down about how you should go about setting your goals, right?
Yeah.
And then remember now, the year goal, I think that would be considered a long-term goal, because we have long-term and then we have short-term goals, right?
Yeah.
And some people say mid-term goals, right? And so I realized that's a long-term goal. So now I have to put in a plan that is suited to that. And then following that, I have to look at support, okay? Because if you're going to achieve your dreams, if you're going to reach your goals, if you're going to be successful, you said it quite well earlier, Trish, that listen, you cannot do this alone.
Right.
And so you'd find yourself a lot of times, like me, you want to exercise at home, right? And you try to exercise at home and it ain't cutting it sometimes, right?
Honestly.
It just ain't cutting, like,
By yourself,
I'm
you
going to
need
wait
someone.
by yourself.
Yeah.
So, for me right now, I'm trying to get my daughter and my husband and everybody on board. Like, I need support.
Accountability.
I need accountability.
Yeah.
I need you to know exactly what I'm doing. I need your help. So first, you got to get the support, whether that support is in finding a coach, finding an accountability partner, joining a group that's focusing on weight loss, find support, because a lot of times when we try to do these things alone, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The Bible says 2 are better than 1.
I know we had where my community, we used to have something where we go walking for the women. We go walking like 5 o'clock in the morning. And it so happened that I think it was a time when the time had changed.
Right.
So, everyone started dwindling, just one at a time, just making excuses not to go. They're listening to me now, so I know they're laughing. And then all of a sudden, we were down to just one person who was walking by themselves. And we were just rooting them on. We could watch them from our window, we rooting them on. Go. And we reach at 5 o'clock. It was too cold to be going out talking about you going walking. But the point is, accountability helps, because while we were doing that together, we persons who were doing it to help to lose weight or to help to, like with me, I obviously weight.
No, not to lose weight. No, not you.
But just to remain healthy, to keep the blood pumping and going, and
absolutely,
heart going, or whatever have you. And we we just stopped doing it. Nobody was saying, okay, hey Trish, I'm calling you up, wake up, let's go moving, let's go doing something, whatever. So
Right.
we had nothing. And
Right.
so everybody just stopped.
That's right. That's
And then everybody just getting a little the Pillsbury belly.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we just
yes.
be
Well,
and we
of
laughing
course
at
I
each
know
other.
that belly.
So we need to do that again. And I understand. I'm so happy that you're speaking about the weight issue, because there may be women out there who
Mhm.
I have a in-law who has an issue with, and she said she tried everything.
Right.
She's discouraged. I never really went in with her specifically to say, well, have you set goals?
Right.
Have you done this? Have you done that? I was just listening to her at that time, and she was saying, oh, she would do what she try to diet, and then on Fridays she would try to treat herself to ice cream or something, and then when you know it, by Monday she back on the same
Back
eating
on.
bad and stuff like that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So
I
if
know
she
about
just
that.
if she's but if she get like, because I don't know, maybe I would help her now with her
Yeah.
just encouraging her. You need that. You need that
Absolutely. You have to have that support
Mhm.
in place in order for you to really achieve your goals.
Mhm.
I think I got about 2 more S's I got to go through.
Go ahead.
So I talked about the fact, well, you got to set the goal,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You must put together a strategy.
Mhm.
You must put together a system. One of the things that I talk about all the time,
Mhm.
and even for those, just even in line with your topic about reigniting your dreams, you gotta say it. You actually have to begin to release a sound concerning your dream. And when I say release a sound, say what you want to see happen.
Speak
or
it.
speak it.
Yes.
Okay. Speak it into existence. Now, no, I have a book that's called Declare Your Dreams, a
Mhm.
guide to commanding the life that you want.
Mhm.
And it is an Amazon best-selling book. And in that book, I talk about the fact that you have so much power in your mouth.
Yes.
And that when you speak into existence the things that you dream of, the goals that you want to see happen, there is something that just takes place in the universe that actually begins to help fulfill the manifestation of that dream.
Absolutely.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue. When you talk about reigniting your dream and setting a goal, let me just slip this in here, right here. You know, you're going to live by the words that come out of your mouth. And so for somebody that wants to lose the weight, in the example that I'm giving, I would begin to speak this into existence by making a declaration. I declare that I am whatever the weight that I want to be. Okay. And I say this every day. I speak it into existence every day. If this is something that I'm really intentional about, this is something that I really want to focus on, I'm going to you see, goals take a lot of work. It takes a lot of drive. It takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of determination.
Yes.
Nothing that I would have achieved in my life would have just come to me easy. Every accomplishment, from becoming an attorney, from becoming certified coach, it all took some work. It took some effort. It took some energy. It took enthusiasm. And I spoke a lot of things into existence. And even some of the things that happened in my life, I didn't speak into existence. My parents spoke over my life.
Oh, come on.
My parents. So those of you who are on this that are parents, listen, you want to see the change in the life of your children. You want to see your children excel. I have spoken over my daughter. Let me just put this in here, because I'm talking about speaking it into existence.
Yes.
Speaking your goals into existence, what you want to see happen. My daughter, she's 12 years old. And from the time I know myself, I've spoken over my daughter's life, what I want to see happen for her. Every morning. This is a tip for parents. I was supposed to do a Facebook Live on it, but hey, God had me to do it here. I may also do it there, but nonetheless, there's a parent that's obviously on here that needs to know this. So you think that your child is lost. You think that they're going off course. You think that they're not going to be successful. I want you to know, as a parent, that you can change the course and direction of your child.
Absolutely.
By what you speak into the atmosphere, what you speak into their life, and what you speak into your life. So every morning I speak positive things into my daughters. I have declarations I make over my daughter's life. And for every year, she has maintained her position, her GPA. She's always on the honor roll.
That's it.
I teach leadership. I train on leadership. The comments that the teachers, give about her is that she shows leadership skills.
All right.
These are the things that I speak over my daughter's life. And so when I talk about setting goals, I put that nugget in there for the parents,
Right.
right? You can change the direction of your child's life by what you're speaking over them, and you can change the direction of your life by what you're speaking over your life and into existence. And so if I'm wanting to lose weight and I really focus and intentional on it, right, I'm going to be speaking about that every day, and I speak in the affirmative. I speak positively that I am at this particular, and then I add my emotions to what I say. I'm so happy that I am now a size 8.
Okay.
The size that my husband met me at. Size 8.
In my wedding dress.
In my wedding dress. So my emotions are now attached to that. I feel so great. I'm a size 8. I can put on a size 8 jeans. I can go into any store. I feel so great. I feel so healthy, and you really put emphasis on what it is that you want to see happen. And you need to say it every day. Say it consistently.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent with what it is that you want to see happen as it relates to your goals. I remember when I wanted to make 6 figures on a job. And I remember I started to declare it. I was in the kitchen mopping. And as I was mopping, the Spirit of the Lord said to me, "You're supposed to be making 6 figures." I said, "Yes, Lord, I agree. I agree." I came into agreement with what the Lord said to me, and I started to speak it into existence. I started calling. I said, I'm making 6 figures.
Yeah.
I am making 6 figures. And I remember sharing it. And you have to be careful with who you share your goals to,
man, come on.
your goals with as well. I remember, Trish, sharing it, right?
Oh, Jesus. Let's go.
With one of the staff members, who was a manager at the place that I worked. And she was like, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yes." And she doubted what I said, right? She doubted what I said. She was the financial manager. What a person to doubt what I say.
Yeah.
Because here it is. And I don't know who this message is for, but I feel an unction in my spirit.
Go ahead.
The person who is the person who is responsible for giving me my pay at the end of the month was telling me, like, talking to me like I am, like it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
She doesn't see it. Oh, she said, "Oh, really? How's that going to happen? How's that going to happen?" So at the end of the day, when I look in a couple of months, some things took place. There were some readjustments and all of that or whatever. And when they made certain readjustments and certain things were done, when I look, I'm making 6 figures.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey!
So I had to go back to her and I had to say to her, "Remember when I told you that I'm supposed to be making 6 figures? Do you remember?" And I didn't say it in a rude way.
No.
Because she was a spiritual person too,
Yeah.
but because of what she knew. You see, because sometimes people see and they only seeing some things in the natural.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes you have to look at your goals. Not sometimes, look at your goals in the spiritual realm. See yourself achieving your goal. See yourself, the next S, see yourself having it.
Okay.
See yourself driving it. See yourself living in it. See yourself becoming it. So as I began to say it and I began to see it, guess what happened?
Started to manifest.
It started to manifest. It
right.
happened. It happened. It happened. And so I just want to say to some persons that, let me just recap those assets, because I want to get to the point where I felt like my dreams had died, and I felt like all was lost. So just
Hold
to
on,
recap.
before you recap, remember, ladies, I told you to get your book and your pen because you need to write this down. Dr. Melissa, for those who are just tuning in, she's giving us the 5 S's to achieving our goals, and she's going to go ahead and let's go. Let's recap.
Wonderful, wonderful. So just to recap, because on your journey to success, you will experience trials, tribulations, and turbulence. And so, like I said, you got to set the goal. You have to be very specific with the goal.
So the first one, set the goal.
Set it.
Right.
Yeah. You got to be very specific.
The second is specific.
Yeah. And then you have to put together the strategy, the plan of action.
The third is the strategy.
And then you have to incorporate a system.
The fourth is system.
A system to achieve that goal. And then after you incorporate the system to achieve the goal, you got to look for the support. Are you going to get the support? Who's going to be your accountability partner, your purpose partner, a coach, or whatever it is that you need, that you have the support, your husband, your spouse, your children, whatever. Then after you get the support or with the support, you need to start saying what you want to see happen in
Say.
your, so you start to speak it
Speak it.
into existence. And then after you speak it into existence, you begin to see it manifesting. Now, there's a couple of ways you could see it.
Mhm.
You could see it in your mind's eye, which is a vision, but you can also see it on paper, on via a picture.
Mhm.
So naturally, if I want to be a particular size, that size 8 that I was when I met my husband, what I really should do is pull out that picture of me in my wedding dress,
Look at that every day.
and I should be looking at that every day and say, Melissa, that's you right there.
That's
I'm going to
you,
become,
honey.
that's where I'm going. That's where I'm headed. And so what happens is with the combination of all of these
Mhm.
S's,
Mhm.
things begin to happen.
Yes.
Things begin, and it just begins to manifest, especially when you start saying some stuff, when you start speaking it aloud.
Yes.
There are psychological studies. There is a scientist by the name of Emoto
Mhm.
that did a scientific study about speaking whatever you want to see in existence. He put 2 jars of rice. Okay, he filled up 2 jars with rice.
Mhm.
One of the jars, and I want you to research this. If you don't believe me, look up scientist Emoto and the power of words.
Mhm.
Okay, one jar, he started to call that jar ugly and give it all sorts of names. And the next jar, he spoke positively. I'm kind of summarizing what it is. He spoke positively over that. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're pure. You're white. I don't remember everything that he said, but those are the kind of stuff he said. Over here in the next jar, he says, you're ugly, you're mucky, whatever. And guess what happened? After a period of time, guess what? The one that he was speaking the positive things to,
Mhm.
it was pure, it was white. And the one that he was actually speaking over a particular period of time, saying you're ugly and you're mucky and other, it actually changed color. Go and look up that research. This is how powerful your words are.
Yes.
And so, right now I'm getting the unction and I need to start focusing on losing the weight. I have to start making a declaration about my weight now, so that when I come back on your show, I have a testimony to
Okay.
prove
All right.
to y'all that I'm on my journey to my size 8,
Okay.
to where my
There
husband
you go.
first met me and I got married at. But those are some steps that you could take to really incorporate and grow. And like I said, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of drive, discipline, determination. You have to want it, you have to be intentional about it. Whatever you focus on, it's going to expand. You have to really be, and you surround yourself. Oh my God, another S. The S's are just coming. They're just coming. They're just, listen, you're just coming. You're coming. You're coming.
Go ahead.
And you surround yourself with positive things that are in the direction of your dream. Surround yourself, whether it's with positive pictures,
Right.
surround yourself with health magazines, surround yourself by watching maybe the health channel.
Mhm.
Surround yourself with people who are fit, who are healthy, who have lost the weight, because that's where you want to be. So when you start surrounding yourself with those type of people, something has to happen. Something magical, if I would use
I
that
believe
expression, is going to happen. So surround yourself and submerge yourself, okay, into the thing that you desire, the goal that you want to change. And listen to me, I guarantee you it will happen.
I guarantee you that it will happen. Melissa, Dr. Melissa, listen to me. I am excited. And guess what? If you, even though you may be saying, okay, I'm talking about my goal and my losing weight journey, somebody, like you said, somebody out there needed to hear exactly what you just said.
Absolutely.
Okay? And of course, for those who may not need to lose weight at this time, those steps still apply to us now.
Absolutely.
Because we still, if we want to get to where we want to go, we still have to use those. Everything. It's about 7 steps that you said.
I believe
almost
so.
8 now. That was done. But guys, we're gonna take a short break.
Yes.
And after the break, we're gonna continue on with how what happens when we're feeling stuck. What happens when we having these insecure thoughts about moving forward. What happens to us when we have fear? We're going to talk about that after the break.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned. All right, to my Facebook audience, hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions for Dr. Melissa, you can go right ahead and post them. I'll read them as many as I can. Yes, I actually just found it. Someone is
It was
asking,
also on
what's
your
the name
personal
of your
page.
book again?
Sorry?
Someone is asking, what's the name of your book?
Declare Your Dreams, a guide to commanding the life you want. It's on Amazon, or you can connect with me here.
She said you could take all her coins.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Who's that?
this is Nadia Forbes. Nadia, thanks for tuning in.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, y'all. So just right after this break, we're gonna come back in. We going deep, man. Because everyone's saying yes, you want the goals. Everyone's saying yes, they want to achieve these goals. We wanna reignite the dreams, and then when it's time to actually do it, we procrastinate.
Mhm.
You know, I was there, so I could say that. So we're gonna wait for these breaks and then go right ahead and talk.
My God, and here it's hot.
I'm telling you,
I don't even know.
you still like.
Okay.
Tony, y'all need to do something with this air condition.
Coming up. Now shipping out. Call 377-0450 for more details.
You're listening to Your Lane with Coach Trish Hanna.
Welcome back. For those who are just tuning in, I'm here with the Dr. Melissa Hall. She is powerful and power packed. Like I said, she came with her lighter to light it up. She lightened it up today. For those who may have had issues with their image, with trying to lose weight or whatever, she had like 7 or 8 different steps for us. For those, I can't say us. But 7 or 8 different steps for us all who want to go ahead with achieving our goals. Now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of it. What happens in situations where we've already written our goals? We've already written the vision, right? I should say. We have all our steps, everything, all the ducks in a row, but we are stuck. And we're stuck because of procrastination. We're stuck because of imposter syndrome. We're stuck because of fear. What happens next? What do we do with situations like this?
Right. So as you were talking about that, I'm reminded of something that my older sister had said when I had interviewed her on a show, and she was talking about, setting goals as well. And for most of my life, most of the things that I wanted to achieve, like I told you, have been accomplished. I'm only just still stuck with this weight loss issue, right?
And that ain't an issue.
And that's
Go
not an
ahead.
issue. But what I'm saying is, one of the things that she said, and it stood out to me, and I'm going to give you another S, because a lot of times we get stuck. We get stuck because something happened to us. We get stuck because perhaps we're not seeing the results happen as quickly as we want them to happen. And there's nothing wrong with changing your strategy, because maybe the strategy may not be working for that particular moment. So you need to change your strategy. And a lot of times we operate in the spirit of fear, because look, we're working so hard sometimes we just don't see the results. We become afraid. Is this working? I'm trying to build, I'm trying to do this, and it just doesn't seem to happening. So what do I do? And the word that I want to say is another ask. All right, this is how God uses me sometimes. Yeah. You got to stick with it.
Stick with it.
You have to stick with it. You may slow down, but don't stop. You may feel stuck for a moment, but don't stop. Stick with it. Let me tell you something. One of the reasons why people are so successful, and I remember God speaking to me even in the area of something that I was working on, earlier this year. He is saying to me, the reason why you have not achieved this particular thing yet is because every time you run into a roadblock, every time you experience fail, every time things don't go the way you want them to go, what you do, you give up. And he says, if you want to achieve this particular goal, you have to stick with it. You have to stick with, you have to persevere, you have to push through. You cannot stop. You may stop briefly, temporarily, but don't come to a permanent stop. And there are periods in our lives where, it gets silent because you don't feel like there's no activity happening. And then you start putting off things like, okay, well, and I think procrastination sometimes come out of the fear. Procrastination comes out of the fact that because we feel like it's just not working, so I'm not going to work on it. Like it's going to take too much out of me. So I'm going to put that off. I'm going to try to do something a bit easier, and you keep putting it off and you putting it off. But I came by to tell somebody that whatever it is that you want to achieve, whatever you want to do, you stick with it. This is how some of the most successful people make it today. They stick with it. In other words, they are consistent.
Right.
They are consistent. I was sitting I'll share this with you because I do share this from time to time. I was sitting in a Christian business conference, a workshop, and I remember sitting in the room, and there were not many Bahamians there. It was a coach that came over to the Bahamas, and there were two other Bahamians in the room, and they told her, oh, Dr. Hall is the queen of empowerment and this and that and so forth. And so I was listening to her, and as she was giving all these steps, you're talking about making money and all this stuff, she was giving out the steps, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to her, and I was like, okay, I know this, I know that. And so as she's speaking, Trish, the Holy Spirit, starts to deal with me. And he said to me, what I'm telling you right now, he says, the reason why you haven't achieved whatever it is, this woman is a millionaire. She has home here in the Bahamas. She has home in the US. She travels the world. And because you gave up. You've been in this for a long time, but you gave up when your back was against the wall. You gave up when you felt like, oh my God, I don't know if I could come out of this. I threw in the towel in 2018, when I was unceremoniously dismissed. They use the word victimized in this country. That put a dent in my spirit. That damaged my confidence. And I'm a very confident person. And I said to myself, and I want to say to people, when you want to achieve your goals, that's why I say you have to surround yourself with the right people, the things, and get the right support. Because when I got stuck, because at that moment I got stuck because everything that I had set out to do and plan, and bear in mind, listen, sometimes we have goals. Remember this too. Be open to what God wants to do in your life, because the Bible says many are the plans in a man's heart, but God's purpose will prevail. And so I had my whole plan and everything, and God did his divine interruption and disruption for where I'm at now. So even sometimes in your stuckedness, if that's the word,
Well, there's our word, stuckedness.
Even sometimes in the midst of your stuckedness, there is a divine strategy that God is working behind the scenes, but you have to still stick with it. He's still expecting you to do the work. He's still expecting you to move. And so I lost a lot of time I still did a lot of things in empowerment, but not at the level of which now I'm like, okay, I'm really pushing and doing things that I really should have been doing even in that period. So I came to a temporary pause. So when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you because I'm just talking from book knowledge. I'm talking about what I experienced.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that if you feel stuck, like I felt stuck, I felt so discouraged. I felt just so despondent. I stayed in, I isolated myself. I didn't get out the house. That's why I talk so much about networking and everything, getting out there, I lost, with God, you kind of redeem the time, but he restores the time. But in that, I look back and I said, oh my God, I could have done all of this, but I allowed that situation, that setback, okay? I allowed that setback in that moment to keep me hostage from persevering and sticking with the plans that God had for me. And so I want to encourage somebody that you're going to have a day like that. And I procrastinated on a lot of things because I could have been more productive in that period, in that phase of my life. But I chose not to. I chose to just focus on certain things and forget the other stuff, because right now I need to get me together. And there comes a point in time in your life where you do need to get you together. But I thank God that I decided to stick with it. I was stuck for a season, And some of you may be just stuck for a season. All I'm going to say, don't get stuck for your lifetime. No. I was stuck for a season, but now I can declare today that I'm unstoppable.
All right.
I am unstoppable. I make that declaration. And so even in the midst of you,
1 second.
okay,
Make that declaration to my listeners. I am unstoppable. Say that loud. You need to let yourself hear you say that.
yes,
I am unstoppable.
that's
That's
right.
good.
Absolutely. I am unstoppable. And I made up in my mind. So you also have to make a decision. You have to decide that this is something that I want. I see where I want to go. I'm going to speak it and I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. Ezekiel, let me use a scripture.
Mhm.
Ezekiel in the Bible, there was some dry bones in a valley. And, the Lord began to speak to him. And in the midst of the valley is like a low situation.
Mhm. Mhm.
For you who out there is in a dry situation and everything looks dead, looks like nothing's going to happen for you, looks like nobody's going to come through for you. I came by to tell you, look at the scripture, Ezekiel chapter 36, I believe it is.
Mhm.
And then the question was, can these bones, I came to tell you and ask you the question, can these dreams that you have, can the goals that you have, can they live again? That's what Ezekiel said in the Bible. He said, can these bones live again? And they say, yes. But they say, prophesy. Prophesy to these bones. Prophesy. You can prophesy to yourself. You don't need to go to a prophet. I don't knock prophets because I am in a prophetic ministry.
Mhm.
I am a prophetess myself. I don't knock prophecy, but you are the prophet of your life. And so what you have to do when you are feeling that you are in the valley of decision, when you are feeling that nothing's happening for you, when you feel that it is a dry situation, you feel like it's a dead situation, you feel like nothing is going to happen for you because you've been in this situation so long. The question I'm asking you today, can your dreams live again? I came by to tell you that they can live again. What you have to do, I'm telling you, this is the quickest strategy. You got to prophesy. You got to speak to your situation. You have to speak to your situation and command that situation to turn around. So I encourage somebody today to open up your mouth. See, let me tell you, one of the things the enemy tries to do is to silence us.
Oh, come on.
He tries to let me tell you, the voice. I wish I could go into, and I have not studied in depth, the power of sound. But your voice activates the heaven to move on your behalf. You got to use your voice to activate the situation. So something is not happening. Something is dead. Something is dry. It ain't moving. I'm telling you, open up your mouth, because the devil, what he does, he shuts us down. He kept me silent for a season. But I'm telling you, I'm shouting from the mountaintop right now. And I'm speaking everything that I want to see in existence. And I'm sharing my testimony. And I'm ensuring that the women that are connected to me, that they soar in this season. I love the word success, but I'm looking for the women that are connected to me to soar. So what you do to this person who is feeling right now, somebody's laying in their bed right now, and they just feel like giving up. You feel like losing it. Listen to me. I know what it is to be down to the lowest, not know where my next dollar is coming from, don't know where the bill is going to be paid. Yeah, me. The Lord took me through that process. Everything around me looked like it was my friends left me. I lost things. I tell people the only things I did not lose was my house. Thank God for the pandemic, where they give you all of the information. They gave you an opportunity
to catch yourself.
Yeah. And the only thing that I did not lose was my head, my house, and my husband. I'm telling you,
Jesus.
okay? People are going to leave you. People are going to disappoint you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're going to have situations where you're going to feel all alone. But I came by to tell you that you have the ability, you have the anointing, you have the capacity, and you need strength. Strength. You have the strength, even when you feel weak. You call on God. You have a partner. You have a partner in God. And you speak over your dead or dry situation and watch that shift. That's another S. That's another S. That's another S. That's another S.
Y'all write it.
Your dream is about to shift. Okay? is going to shift in the right direction.
Wow.
Mhm.
Listen to me. This is the first time in a show, in this show. I've been doing this for 19 seasons now, 19 episodes, right? 19 episodes, not season. And normally you would hear my mouth. You'd hear me asking the questions and then cutting off to try to say something else. I just take the mic.
Mm.
Take the mic. Dr. Melissa, just have it. Just have it
Uh-huh.
because we need it. We need it. We as women, we need it. Remember that 1% that I said would have been the teardrops. These are tears of joy because we're now breaking that cycle. We're now breaking that mindset that, hey, I can't do it. I can't. I'm nobody. Who am I? Oh, I don't have the capacity to do things. I don't have the skills to do something. But listen, whatever situation you had, like Dr. Melissa said, whatever dreams that you've already had in your life, whatever you've already written down, go back at it
Absolutely.
and speak to it, elevate it. Listen,
Absolutely.
I have in fact two persons that I can see right now on this live, Dr. Melissa.
Uh-huh.
I'm going ahead of myself here, but I just have to share this in case somebody else needs to know about this.
Right.
Who left their job?
Mhm.
Okay, they're good, good paying job, good
Right.
government stable. Use that to go get your mortgage type
Yeah,
job,
yeah,
them job,
yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
to go pursue their goals.
Right.
Okay. And they did that out of faith. They did that out of the fact that they that's what they were passionate about it,
Mhm.
and they did it, and they stepped out of faith to do it. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to go and leave their good job. Or I don't say to your boss, yeah, I was listening to Coach Trish on a show yesterday and she told me I need to quit. I quit. You know, we're
Right.
doing that. But if by chance there's somebody who, you've been on the brink of trying to figure out how am I going to leave because this is something that I want to pursue.
Right.
I encourage you, obviously, you have to do your planning.
Yes.
You have to make sure you have
Absolutely.
financial strategy and
Absolutely.
stability or
Absolutely.
whatever have you. You ain't just
Mhm.
dropping out the sky and just doing it for doing its sake.
Right.
But I can tell you, for those who did it, they are so happy where they are. They're so content.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, happiness. I'm gonna actually. The Lord's been dealing with me in terms of helping women to unlock their happiness, their happy state. Like because at the end of the day, a lot of times the things that we're doing, and I put a post out the other day. I said,
Mhm.
I'm so happy that I'm fulfilling my purpose. Like the happiness that I have in my life right now.
Mhm.
By the fact that I didn't allow what happened to me to stop me permanently. The happiness that you experience when you make decisions that you know are going to take you on the path to purpose or living the dreams that you want. Sometimes we have to walk away from something that's good to get something that's great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times I encourage persons who want to make the transition, who want to make the shift. You properly pray, you properly plan, and you properly prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you make a decision, again, it's about making that decision. If you made a decision that you're going to leave your job and you've already put all of the plan and everything in place, listen, it's no time for you to turn back. You got to go full speed ahead. You have to dive deep into what it is that you left that job for, that you left that situation for. You have to make a decision. You see, because I tell you, your uncertainty or instability is going to stagnate you.
Wow.
So if something drove you to the point to say, I'm going to leave my job because I feel God calling me into ministry, I feel God calling me into this business, I feel God, I need to spend more time, whatever it is, whatever you made that decision for and you prayed about it, you planned and you put everything in place, and sometimes, listen, I keep saying you have to be open because there are times where God will have you do some things that you probably didn't, really think it should work out that way. God sometimes may say to you, get up and leave now, like he told Abraham.
Oh, go to the city where
Yeah. God may sometimes give you some instructions and you're like, what? I must leave this job? What? I know somebody the other day. She was on a job. She was not feeling well. She always getting sick on the job. And she said, this job is stressing me out. My health is more important. So I need to leave this job because if I don't leave this job, I may end up dead.
Okay.
You understand? And so there are situations and circumstances where God will cause things to happen to cause you to move. Whenever he causes you to move and you pray and you believe God, whatever it is you decide to do, you make the decision to do, you go full speed into it. Is it going to be easy? No. You're going to have challenges. We all do. Everybody on Facebook that looking good, don't mind them. Behind the scenes, trust me, some stuff kicking them. They going through some stuff. Don't mind these posts on social media. Everybody making everything look good all the time. Some people going through some things. You just don't know. So you focus on what the thing that God called you or told you to do, and you go full speed into that. And have the faith to believe that God will provide. There is a Jehovah Jireh. I know him personally because he's provided for me on many levels. There's somebody out there that can help you. There's somebody out there that God has assigned to you. There are opportunities. You just have to go full force into it. Just dive. One of the time, what it was Shawnee? They had this thing. Shawnee Miller. Yeah.
She dived over the finish line.
That's right. You gotta dive into your dream.
Yes.
Take a deep dive into your dream and watch manifestation happen.
Absolutely. So we have some person saying, yes, I can relate. Someone saying real talk, Dr. Hall. Someone said, I'm there now, happy state. Someone reiterated what you said, pray, plan, and prepare.
Yes,
absolutely. All right. So what happens in situations now where we have, for instance, let's talk to persons who have retired. They've already fulfilled their whatever years on their job. They're home, but they're just living day to day. They probably feel as if ain't nothing else for them to do. There's no purpose. How do we encourage them?
Wow. I hope you retired rich. I hope you retired rich. But what I want to encourage you to do, and this is something that the Lord has really, I was asking God, because I'm a multifaceted woman and I can help women in so many ways, right? And I was asking God the other day, what is it? If there was one word that I would use to say, okay, what is it? Or the words I would use to say that I have really been called to do, assigned to do, because purpose evolves as you grow older and you mature, purpose evolves, it changes. And if you have a relationship with God, you're consistently asking as he gives you new assignments to carry out and to do and stuff. And so you're constantly asking like, God, what is this one thing that you really, really called me to do? And I'm going to answer your question right now. And so he said to me, because I said, I have women in so many different categories. I have some women who are sad, like a lot of older women are attracted. They follow me. They're a part of, you would have seen or heard some of them today. They pastors. They have their setup. They're doing their stuff. Yeah. So what's driving them to be connected to me? What is it that I'm really offering to these women that they really want to connect with me? Some are young, some are old or whatever. And the Lord said to me, the thing about it is your assignment in this season is to help women maximize their potential. Okay. So the potential is the untapped, unexplored, unseen, the things that you have not yet done. So the persons who is sitting at home, who's retired, they're sad and they're wondering, well, it's finished for me. You want to put yourself in a position where you die empty. I'm going to pause.
Let's pause right there.
No.
Don't you say take a break? Should we take a break on that? Oh, you want to continue?
Yes, let's take a break.
Let's take a break on that because that one deep. You want some water?
Please.
Yes.
I need something hot.
Now remember now that you're still live. Hello to my Facebook audience. Thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all lighting it up today. Put the phones on mute, please.
Huh?
Put your phones on mute.
My phone?
Yeah, your phone and Dr.
My phone is on mute.
I was just hearing which phone that was. I heard.
Free time well spent. Too busy to come in store, shop and custom online. www.johnshoes.com. Johns also now carry small appliances. So come on in today at Johns, where we put fashion at your feet.
Nikki, what is you buying from Victoria's Secret? I've been sending over some pizza. I'm going to have folks to shoot over there for Uncle Thomas' 90th birthday. Ooh, these nice, eh? But you and Nassau, how she can get these? Well, airborne freight and cargo services is shipped to our food now. All you gotta do is put in your and then Rockets put in Uncle and put in airborne freight address, and they handle it from there. So how she can get it? Well, she can collect it right at the Lowe's Plaza on Garner Cave Boulevard. But how does it work, Nikki? Because I never can't hear. That's how it's working. Why? Because Uncle Thomas can't see.
Airborne freight and cargo services. Now shipping it out. Call 377-0450 or
Thank you. Justin, I'm on the radio. What happened? You okay?
At Family Medicine Center, our services are to meet the unique healthcare needs of women in every phase of life. Whether an annual checkup, obstetric care for a difficult pregnancy, or you have a specific concern.
Everybody all right?
In a friendly, comfortable setting.
Write this number down, 328-8164, 328-8164. If you have any questions for Dr. Melissa, call in, tune in.
You're listening to Your Lane with Coach Trish Hanna.
Welcome back. We have the pause. We have the pause because Dr. Melissa said something that that is really, really significant. And we all know where, well, I'm not certain if he is the person that really made that statement first, but that's the person who we know,
Yeah,
you know, and that's none other
absolutely.
than the late Dr. Miles Monroe. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so for those who may be retired and they feel as if, hey, we just live in life from time to time, from day to day, and there's absolutely nothing left for me to do. I'm just living by. But as Dr. Melissa reminded us, hey, nothing happens until we die.
That's right.
Okay. So when we do go, or before we go, we have to go empty.
That's right.
I know teachers who have retired. I know accountants who have retired.
Mhm.
What can you possibly? What do you look at me talking? No, you talk.
Mm-hmm.
I have my moment. You talk. I have you on the show for you to talk. Go ahead. I can have my time. Go ahead.
Listen, we're in this together. We were talking about putting yourself in the position where you die empty.
Yes.
And, there's more. I came to tell you that when you are whatever state you find yourself in, if you're in this position that she mentioned, where you're feeling like, well, I've retired, there's nothing more for me to do. I came by to tell you that there is more for you to do, that your retirement is not the end. You just ended probably retirement on a job, but your purpose is still there for you to fulfill. And so think about how much more you can do, how much more you can become. And now that you've gained so much wisdom, now that you've gained so much experience, how do you now take all of the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience, the insight that you have, and turn that into something where you leave a legacy, where you impact the lives of others? Doesn't have to be masses. It could be just a couple of people. It could be people right in your family. It could be your close friends,
Your neighborhood, your church.
your neighborhood, your community. How do you take what you learned over the years? Because there's some value that you have to offer that you have not yet offered or tapped into.
Yeah.
There's something more for you to, yes, enjoy life. I understand you relax or whatever, but I want to use my mom as an example. And my mom has retired, but she's retired from her job, but not from her assignment.
Okay.
Okay. My mom is a prayer general, a prayer warrior. Listen, the woman is praying all day for all kind of people.
Thanks, Mom.
And I sit back and I tell her, and another one of my spiritual moms, Mother Anderson, I tell them, I said, if you guys used to get paid to pray, you would be millionaires. I said, because They may have left their jobs, but they have not left their life assignment to stand still. So now they are doing even more of the thing that God has called and put them on the earth to do. So I say to that person in the summary, listen, leave a legacy, die empty. Think about what you can do right now to impact the lives. We need you. The generation needs you.
Oh,
They need
yes.
your service. Some people retire young, retire old, whatever it is. There are some people that need your help, that need your wisdom, that needs your inspiration. They need your knowledge. They just need you. There is something that is in you that is of need to a specific niche. And so I want you to think about how you're going to die empty. That could become in the form of a book. You may want to write a book about your experiences.
Or mentor.
You want a mentor. There's so many things that you can do. But again, you have to make a decision that you're going to die empty and leave a legacy.
Absolutely. Oh, there's a question for you.
Mhm.
Dr. Melissa, how would you encourage the woman whose spouse doesn't support their vision?
Wow. Let me see. Because my spouse is totally the opposite. He supports me in everything that I do. To the woman that does not have a supportive spouse, I think that you have to begin to be creative.
Mm.
You have to begin to become creative. And what do I mean become creative? You got to try to take some steps to get them involved in what you're doing. Help them to listen, you're a woman. You are a woman. Listen, woman, let me tell you something. One of the greatest things that you have going for you is the power of influence. Listen to me. I'm telling you, I talk about this all the time in my leadership training. Listen, Eve, even though she used her influence for the wrong thing, she turned the head of her husband away from the thing that God told her to do. So I say that not to encourage that type of stuff, but to say to you that you were born. Women, you have an innate influence on the inside of you. There's something inside of you that you can tap into. Use your power strategically to influence your husband. There are a couple of things you could do. You gotta find the right timing. You gotta put him in. You gotta put him in the right position. You have to know the timing of the conversation and get him involved. Help him use your power of influence, use your gift of persuasion, and help him to understand what it is that you're doing so that he can buy. So right now, I'm saying to you, this is what the Lord says to tell you. He's putting your he's testing. God is testing your sales, your gift of selling right now. Your gift.
Well, I laugh because you say God say it, so let me.
Listen to me. God is testing your gift of selling, and you probably need to have a conversation with Trish because she's in sales.
Listen, let me write on that for a second. Now, this is not we are foundational biblical people of faith, but it's not a Christian show per se. Okay, but since you referenced biblical things, you made biblical references. Let me just remind persons who are of that faith, remember the story of Esther. Remember that she had to find a way to influence the king.
Absolutely.
Right? Even though, because I could look at this in both ways. I could look at it in a way to say, all right, as a person with a vision, your vision should be in tune with your husband. But I ain't going there because people may not understand that, and I will talk about that at another time.
Absolutely.
All right. So your vision and his vision should somehow connect, because that's we ain't going there today. But let's talk about how Esther had to influence her husband. She had to wait for an appropriate time to see him. She couldn't just come in there, but just dropping up there.
Timing is
listen, whatever have you. It's something that she had to fast and she had to pray for in order for her to attain or to get his ears and his attention. So if you feel as if this is your purpose or your vision, all right, or nothing that God does will cause confusion. And once again, I don't want to get too biblical For me, the
Right.
gas are fine,
Yeah.
but nothing that he does will cause discord or confusion among marriage.
Mhm.
All right, when it's
Mhm.
done his way.
He's a
Then
God of
you have to do
order.
it. He's a God of order.
Yeah.
When he does things, if he tell you something, sometimes you have to be still and be quiet until that appropriate
Mhm.
time. Sometimes you just have to write it out in the book and say, God, this is what you said to me, fine. And then he's going to tell you when to speak. When
Absolutely.
to do that vision. He may just give you a little glimpse of it, but after that, you just go about your random duties
Mhm.
until that time comes. But I just talking.
But that's the whole point. Like, you know, timing is everything.
Mhm.
You got to get them in the right position.
Mhm.
You know, there's so many things that you can do. It calls for a level of creativity. It does call for a commitment to prayer.
Mhm.
I don't know if the person is a faith-based person, a
Mhm.
faith-based individual,
Mhm.
but I recommend prayer as well.
Mhm.
Some things you pray about, and timing is everything.
Everything.
Like you know. But I want you to know that that you do have something in you that can help bring a level of clarity and understanding, uh, in terms of communicating what it is God has placed in your heart, or what it is you want to do to help your husband understand
Mhm.
and buy into. I mean, not everything, you know, I tell my husband he buys into, you know, but I kind of count on him for a lot of things. I
Right.
say, hey babe, what you think about this? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
What do you know, I really rely
Support.
on my husband for that type of support. And then he does show up to everything that I do, like, you know, but
He's here
nonetheless.
today, y'all.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so my thing is, but not every situation he, you know, he always bought into. But I have to find the right time. I have to make sure that even me, that as a wife, that I'm doing the things that I should be doing as a wife.
Okay.
All right, to cater to him, to make sure that he's happy, because I believe once, you know, I can ensure that he is happy, that it makes it easier for me
Mhm.
to ask him to do certain things. To, like, come on, you always have problem like your husband taking on the garbage and all. You all know them kind of things. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying not my husband, but I hear people like women talk about that all the time. Like they can't get the husband to take out the garbage. But what I'm saying is, you know, you have to know how to approach a situation.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes patience. You know, there are a lot of things. So
Just timing.
so timing more than anything, and just making sure that you, as the wife, as the spouse, that you're doing the things that you should be doing to ensure that your husband is being kept happy, so that it makes it easier for you to make that entrance at the appropriate time.
Absolutely. And then let me write on that a little bit more, because y'all, anything to do with marriages, y'all know that's me. I get all
Absolutely.
excited. But I can tell you, even, and I don't mind sharing, this is a part of my testimony, even the part starting the show. Initially, my husband was like, because I was doing so many things at the same time.
Right.
I was still trying to finish off the coaching, my coaching classes, and all these other things that were happening, dealing with the kids and all these
Right.
different things. And then what happens if I get called in on a Sunday and all these different things? So I said, okay, I have persons on the call right now who could attest to it. So what I did was I went in my little prayer closet.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, if this is what you told me to do.
Absolutely.
So if you tell me to do it, just like how you could change the heart of kings, then
Yes,
you could
sir.
change. Oh, okay. So I didn't
Absolutely.
bother him. I didn't nag him about it. I just left it alone until he brought it up. Okay. He, not me, because I left it.
Yeah.
He brought it up.
Yeah.
And I'm here today. I'm here
Wonderful.
today. This, my husband puts more flyers out than me. Because I know, because I'm in like 5 different groups. We're in 5 different groups together. I don't even get a chance to send out the flyers. He does before I do.
Awesome.
Number one support system. So let's move on, because you know we could talk about the marriage thing all day, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens? Let's talk about the stay-at-home moms who may feel as if, okay, well, I'm not working.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do? How can I fulfill purpose with me not having a job?
Oh my God, I was a stay-at-home mom for perhaps maybe the last couple of years. I mean, I was still doing my own little stuff on the side or whatever, but what can you do? Listen, a stay-at-home mom is a job in itself, Trish.
Okay, that's a whole job.
That's a whole
Not a half a job. That's a whole one.
a whole. Now, you know, some people stay at home by choice, or some people stay at home because they have no other choice. Whatever state you find yourself in, I say this to you: you can fulfill purpose even as a stay-at-home mom. Remember, I said to you that purpose evolves.
Yeah.
If you're a stay-at-home mom, it could be seasonal or it could be permanent, whatever it is. Maybe your purpose is really to focus on building your home, helping to build your home and your family, but that does not prohibit you from doing some other little stuff on the side. Like, everybody, let me talk real talk, should have some type of side hustle. I tell the women that are part of the BMW Success Club, look, there were 4 rivers in the Garden of Eden, 4 streams. You should have at least 4 streams of income, And so I see a lot of stay-at-home moms. They do a lot of businesses online. Listen, the world has evolved so quickly and at a pace where you have no excuse anymore. Okay. And so there are platforms. Shoot, I don't wait for nobody to call me on a radio show or call me on a TV show. I built my own platform. Okay. I had people asking me, well, who does your marketing? Who does your branding? Well, at the time I didn't have anybody. I was doing everything myself. Anything that you've seen that's been built as it relates to Dr. Melissa Hall's brand has been pretty much the support of my family, my husband, and me doing the work behind the scenes. Now, of course, I'm building a team right now because of what I'm getting ready to do. Right. But let me tell you something. Platforms are available for you. Social media, YouTube, they even do TikTok. Listen, for you to promote, you could give inspirational words to people. You could write ebooks. You could put that online. You could start an online business. Listen, create passive income. For the stay-at-home mom, create a stream of passive income. If you need help, connect with me. Get in my group. I can help you with that.
Let's talk about your group.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what this new, because I'm a part of it.
Yes, you are.
And I joined for the first time today, and it was just, impactful just hearing other persons. I think it's about 38 or so ladies explain what they do,
right,
and how they're able to help other people.
Absolutely.
Talk about what it is that you do, because we need more people on this platform.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we had, there was a lot of persons weren't able to make it. It's the Business Money Women Leadership, Success, and Lifestyle Club. And it's a vision that the Lord gave me, reinvented vision. Okay, something that died and has come back to life in a different form. Because many years ago, I had a radio talk show called BMW. And, it just went away. It just went away. And then here comes the reignition. So this is so powerful right now, because that was many years ago. And I remember, I was doing my radio show, like my Facebook Lives, prophetic business empowerment. I started up again on Saturdays, right? And I was in the shower, and the Lord said to me, look, this is what I need you to do. I need you to get out now. Like, you've been in hibernation for too long. You need to start doing more of what I call you to do. I had COVID. I almost died last year. I had so many things just went crazy in my life. And he says, I want you to get your BMW back up, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to create a success club for women to be a part of, where you are the catalyst to create opportunities and open doors for women to maximize their leadership potential, to activate their dreams, to begin to walk into purpose, to begin to have prosperity in their lives. And so I said, God, are you serious? You want me to form a success club? Yes. And so if you ever, like, when God gives you something to do, you start, I don't know, I talk back to him. Like, I say, God.
I question him.
I question him.
I'm going to get in the second.
Okay. I was like, are you sure you want me to do this?
Show me a sign.
So show me, you know what I mean?
Give me a sign.
So I ran on the Facebook Live, and I was telling them about it. And then I had a very prominent businesswoman. She says, "Oh, this is a wonderful idea. I'm going to support you in this. I want to support you." And so that was my sign to say, go ahead. And so what I did was I spent many days putting together the vision for it, how important it is for women to connect, to collaborate, and celebrate each other, how we can network. Okay, I believe that your network is your net worth. And so what the Business Money Women Success Club is, I help people with their business dreams. I help people with their leadership success. I help people even with their lifestyle, because a lot of times, Trish, people think that you have to have $1 million to have $1 million experience. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't need $1 million to have $1 million experience. And so the journey is, I take women on this journey. We just launched last month. I take women on this journey where we go into different environments. that help us to have elevated experiences and mind expanding experiences that's going to help us to grow, to want more, to become more, to do more, and to have more. And so there's so much that, that is being offered in the group, but the whole thing is to help, watch this, help women reach their goals, help women reach their goals a lot faster.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
Uh-huh.
Help women get rich. Remember, I told you that I'm a certified financial planner, or you told them that, and an attorney. So I gotta help you get rich and secure your riches.
Okay.
Okay.
Insurance.
Okay. And I want to make sure that you have rewarding experiences doing the things that you love. So you work hard. So you got to play hard, baby girl. We go into the spa. We're going to travel. We're going to nice restaurants, 5-star restaurants. Listen to me. I want women to have this experience together.
Yes.
And then finally, one of the things I want you to do is to build great relationships, because your connections are everything.
Yes.
Once you build relational equity, let me tell you something, you will grow your net worth. We know that we have all these degrees and stuff, but let me tell you, the truth of the matter is, with all the degrees and stuff I have, is really who I know that gets me to the places where I need to go.
Now y'all know that. Tony, now you know that. Tony, you know it's who you know. It's who you know, especially in this little island.
Absolutely.
All right? On all the islands, I should say. Dr. Melissa, thank you so much. Let's just want to take a minute just to talk to my audience for a moment. And this is the time I usually try to challenge them. And I want to challenge us all, starting today, moving forward from now on until December, maybe, to make it a point to help at least one person a day. Dr. Melissa said over and repeatedly, the whole purpose of her doing things and her entire life is based on helping people. Okay, research states that it takes anywhere from 18 to 254 days for a person to form a new habit, and an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. We were placed on earth to help each other, whether we want to or not. For those who want to be entrepreneurs, authors, motivational speakers, politicians, etc., it would require other people helping you at some point. You want someone. The reason why most of us aren't really successful, Dr. Hall, let me just throw that in there, because we're too stingy.
Yes.
We're selfish.
Another S.
Okay, another S. All right, we're selfish. What happens is persons had to extend their hands to help you to get to where you are. But when now that you're in position,
that's right.
You throw up your nose and you close your eyes.
Absolutely.
The whole purpose of us helping one another, especially as women.
Yeah.
This is something that we have to do. We have to help. So I want to challenge you every single day. Look for something to help someone with. Either you're going to motivate them, you're going to, I don't know, just send them a little a word of encouragement in the WhatsApp or on half of the people who I talk to are persons who have never met physically. I'm speaking to them via social media, even today in your club, expressing and saying what I do and all these other things, waiting to help someone who may be in situations. Because I'm going to talk to this person who spoke about the marriage, helping persons to get out of the clump.
Yeah.
The whole show, this entire show, is to help persons get out of clumps and situations, and to propel them and to encourage them along the way. Another thing is something that Dr. Hall had already alluded to, which is to write down your dreams and your goals and stick with it, as she said, and be focused and be consistent. So remember that first thing, you want to be able to, I'm challenging you to help someone every single day. The second thing is to, first of all, you got to have a book. Because you can't say you're writing things down. You put it on one paper, you put it on the bills in the back of bill paper, on an envelope somewhere, on a sticky, and then when it's time to look for it, you can't find it. So get one book, write down your dreams, write down the plans, write down whenever you see something, like she said, on a magazine or something somewhere, put it in that book.
Absolutely.
Put it in a portfolio, on a folder or something, put it in there. And so every day, if you can, go look through it, read it through. And another reason why I want you to write down what it is that your vision is, because sometimes during our process, as we go through our lanes, we tend to look to the right and look to the left when we're looking at other people and what they're doing. And so we get lost in what our visions and our dreams are. We got lost in what it is that we had first written, and thought about, because we try to look at somebody else's dream and somebody else's vision.
That's right.
Okay. Challenge yourself to see yourself being, and she said this already, because these are things that I already written down, being where you want to be. Bitch, I do that all the time. If I tell you what I want to be, Dr. Melissa, I don't mind sharing it. I want to be an orator. I
Mm.
want to be able to be a motivational speaker as well.
Yeah.
I never been so scared of talking to people and all.
I don't think so.
How I even get here?
I don't
Every
think so.
Sunday, ask myself how I get on these people radio station. I want to be able to speak to the masses, Dr.
Mhm.
Melissa. I want to do that. And when I'm washing dishes and when I'm cleaning, I'm taking a shower, whatever have you, I find myself talking. And I've been doing this since I was a child.
Mhm.
From since I was a child, I see myself speaking, and I'm talking dead loud. My husband now, he knew when I'm not talking to him and he had me talking, he knew, oh,
Right.
just talking.
Right.
And there'll be things that are bubbling up in me. And one of the reasons why fear took me.
Mm.
Fear had me muzzled. I would have been, I believe, further in life had it not been for fear.
Mm.
By the way, we're gonna have a show about fear at the end of the month. All right. So and I was muzzled. I was muzzled. Little did I know that there were things in me that people need to hear and people need to know. All right. And another thing is don't worry if someone else is doing what you're doing
Mhm.
and stop comparing yourself with others.
Mhm.
All right. You have this goal, you have this dream. Everyone in the, okay, let's say coaching, for instance. My cat Ginger is a coach. Okay. Everybody seem to be coaching. All right. But it doesn't mean that you are any worse or any better than the other person.
Mhm.
All right. You have to understand that, yes. And there's so much to say, but I'm going to leave it there. It's just like when you go in a food court and there are various types of restaurants, or to those pop-ups where they have various food trailers, etc. The place is there for consumption, the food is there for consumption, but a lot of persons may not like that particular food. Someone may not like the waffles and chicken, someone may want the Asian menu or whatever have you.
Mhm.
So even though you have people, especially in this country, when you drive past, you see a lot of nail techs, you see a lot of churches down in South Beach. There's a strip filled with churches.
Mhm.
But if you look at it on a Sunday, there are like 10 people at this church, 10 people at this church. That's their preferences. So what I'm trying to say is understand that there's over 7 billion people on this earth,
That's right.
and someone is going to find you.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right. So don't get discouraged because there are other people doing things that you want to do.
Mhm.
So what? Encourage them.
That's right.
All right. Be you and be the best of you. Invest in yourself. I don't know if you said any. I don't know if you said that, but invest in yourself. Get some training. Get some exposure. All right. Try as much as you can to find accountability partners, someone to help push you along the way. I have a very close friend. I have really close friends who help me, but this one specifically is who I really share. We both share our dreams and our visions. We don't be on the phone talking and yapping and gossiping. You know what we doing? How were you productive today? What did you do that was productive today? All right. What you know what I mean? We try to build each other. She's building her brand. I'm building my brand. And we're doing things together. She's more technical savvy. I'm not.
Right.
So she'll teach me how to do the little Facebook thing or whatever have you. And then I'll be there coaching her along the way, listening to what she has to say. And then I'll go ahead and help her along. And we do that for each other. So you got to have accountability. You got to have really good friends and understand. And one of the reasons why our friendship is so important and so strong is because we both know our lanes and we stick in there. All right. We're focused and we're visionaries. So we look at what we're doing. We help each other out, but we ain't looking on the left and staying on there. You know what I mean? And comparing ourselves with each other.
Absolutely.
All right. My final point. This is for the employers, and I was speaking to my producer Tony about this already. Listen, if you see you have an employee that has great potential, for goodness sake, let them fly. Man, don't hold them down. Don't clip their wings. Give them, advance them if you can. Give them advice. Try to encourage them to move ahead and move forward, especially if they're young. Push them to do more. Push them to achieve more. Don't be so jealous or so selfish to the point where you're trying to keep them down. They're young, but they're getting older. They're growing families. They're developing their life. They're trying to expand. All right? Work with them.
Absolutely.
Don't hold them back. And this isn't just applied to employees and employees. This applies to pastors too, and politicians, and those in leadership authorities. When you see somebody that's up and coming and you see the potential that they have, stop trying to muzzle them and stop trying to put them down. Encourage them. All right. I go on on that. And this is what I want you to do real quick. I want two persons. You don't have to call in because I don't think we have time to call in, but you're going to WhatsApp this number 3768689. 3768689. Don't call because we're closing out. I want you to share with us today what are two takeaways that you got from today's show. Two takeaways. And with that, we want to give you a $50. In fact, this is cold cash. $50 cold cash. That's for your lunch money for this week or your lunch money for your child or $50 for gas. And then I want a teacher to WhatsApp 3768689. 3768689 and tell me how you were blessed or how you were encouraged by today's show. And we're going to give you a $50 gift certificate courtesy of John's Shoe Store and Accessories. Now, if you need someone to talk to or you wish to share your experience, you can email me at coachtrish@yourlanelifecoaching.com. Or if you need help with coaching in this area or any of the challenges that I mentioned, you can go to my website, www.yourlanelifecoaching.com. But I'm not the only one that can help you in these areas. Our wonderful guest, Dr. Melissa, she can tell us how she can be reached as well.
Right. So you can look for Dr. Melissa Hall on social media. I have a business and a personal profile page. My name is spelled with one S. Yeah, you can connect with me through social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, or you can send an email to globalempowermentservices@gmail.com. But to be honest with you, the best thing to do is to reach me in Messenger on social media. That's where most of my clients find me and connect with me on Facebook. Dr. Melissa Hall with one S. Okay.
One ass. Today's show is brought to you by Airborne Freight and Cargo Services, John's Shoe Store and Accessories, and Family Medicine Center. Now, next week, we will have on our show Dr. Ahmad Rashad Thompson, Mrs. Tamika Forbes, and Mrs. Lucretia Johnson, all of whom are human resource managers in their respective various rights, because I can't really remember exactly who they do, but they're going to help us prepare for the workforce, how to conduct ourselves during interviews on the job. They're going to help us with making complaints, how to make complaints on the job, what HR personnel require from employees, how to shine, etc. So this show is an opportunity for everyone presently in the workforce, those who just graduated from school looking for a job, and employers, as they will also be giving tips on hiring for small business owners. A special thank you to my guest, Dr. Melissa Hall. Thank you so much for being here.
You're certainly
Thank
welcome.
you so much for accepting the invitation.
You're certainly
And
welcome.
I know for a fact that persons were touched and mindsets were changed because of what you had to share today. Thank you to my wonderful producer who's always been patient with me. God bless Tony. Y'all say God bless Tony. Thanks to my Facebook audience and to our first time listeners and our continued listening audience. Thank you so much. The show is nothing without you. I pray that you were all empowered, all educated, all encouraged today. Until next time, have a blessed evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
I like your jingle. You had to tell who did your jingle, because I want a jingle for BMW. I had one.
This is Sammy Star.
I'm ending.
Okay. So just goodbye again to my Facebook listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in. The number once again is 3768689. You can WhatsApp me and you can let me know what were your take. What are the things that you gained, your takeaway from today's show, and you're gonna win either $50 cash for lunch or gas this week, or for a teacher that WhatsApp me, you're going to win a $50 gift certificate courtesy of John's Shoe Store and Accessories. Blessings. Love you all. Thank you.